Hi, my name is Joe Elliott, founder and executive director of Catalyst Teen Center. I want to thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this video. I know your time is precious. Listen, there's nothing special about me. I grew up your average Joe in every sense of the word. I made average grades, I was average at sports, grew up in average middle class America. And you know, through those experiences, I, like many of you, struggled with knowing where I was, who I was, what I was about, what my passions were, all that stuff. But something shifted where I was compelled to move to the front lines of serving this next generation, where I've been for the last 20 years, 15 of which as youth and college pastor in and outside the local church. Now, I live in Austin, Texas, so let me just tell you what I've seen here. There are actually over 1,000 registered churches in our area and hundreds of campus ministries, many of which are passionate to reach the 500,000 millennials that live here. The problem is that only 7% of these guys are actively engaged in church ministries. So with 9 out of 10 teens and young adults saying thanks, but no thanks to what the local church has to offer, it leads you to wonder who's influencing this generation. Well, we see it as the 3 Ps: parents, peers, and pop culture. But one of the problems there is that 40% of young people today are coming from fatherless homes, and less than 3% claim they have a mentor in their life. So what's the solution? Our love for young people, families, the local church, and Jesus has inspired us to begin to think differently. So through free classes, teen and young adult nights, community service projects, internships, and more, we've created an organization that is helping the next generation discover, develop, and own their gifts and passions. We're putting mentors in the lives of those who have never had them before, musical instruments in the homes of those who couldn't afford it, and cameras in the hands of aspiring filmmakers like the 2 young guys shooting this very video. With so few interested in religion, we knew we had to begin with what was of interest. So in the process of teaching them leadership skills through zombie apocalypse courses or how to produce video games instead of just consume them, we leveraged our programs to meet their interests and felt needs. Rather than just tell them about Jesus, we embodied it in an unorthodox way. We began seeing discipleship as a process that must help people develop not just spiritually, but personally and professionally as well. There are so many great stories of changed lives that we could share. Here's one that inspires me every time I hear it.
I was born and raised in a Christian family. My dad was the associate pastor when I was about 7 years old, and my parents are both worship leaders. Everything was fine in my house until I was about 8.5 or 9, and my mom started coming in and out of the house all the time and she was barely home. And come to find out, she was cheating on my dad. And after she had been gone for about 6 months, she tried to come home for good, and her boyfriend and her got into an argument, and he shot her and then shot himself, and they both died. After that, my life kind of changed a little bit, and I got into smoking weed, and around 13 I started popping pills, painkillers mostly, and I started cutting myself and feeling suicidal thoughts. When I was 15, I was molested, and I started doing more drugs and experimenting a little bit more, and then I attempted suicide my freshman year in high school, and that was the year that I actually started coming to Catalyst and started to get more involved, and I didn't really take it in that much. I just sat there and listened to everything people were telling me, and it was a place where I could just share and be completely open and vulnerable. And when I was around 17, I decided to get sober, and Catalyst walked me through it and was my biggest support system. I decided, since they helped me so much after I graduated high school, I wanted to give back, and so I decided to start working with them. And now that I am on the leadership end of it, I get to meet 7th and 8th grade girls where they're at and talk to them about the struggles they're going through that I already experienced. It's an amazing opportunity, and I'm really glad to be a part of this organization.
When I look at all the lives that have been impacted by Catalyst Teen Center, I can't help but think about all the young people who need and want what we offer. As a matter of fact, I am positive that you are also picturing right now coworkers, friends, even family members, the people in your life who are hungry for hope, struggling with purpose, direction, feeling average, yet they're hesitant to receive any help from traditional forms of church ministry. And here is why we need your help. Our vision is to be a 24/7 center, but currently we can only afford to operate our programs 8 to 10 hours per week. We simply do not have the resources to meet the growing demand for our programs and services. So we're asking you to partner with us in 2 ways. First, no matter how big or small, we're asking that you join our support team and financially make a contribution to Catalyst today. It will immediately impact the life of a struggling millennial. Second, because we don't have a marketing department nor a budget for one, we're asking that you share this video with your friends, family, through your network, because we want other people to know what God is doing through Catalyst. Listen, I sincerely thank you for your time. I know it's valuable, and I want to tell you that I am excited about the future. I'm excited about what we can do together. I truly am. Your partnership means more than you know. Thank you.